my first time, looking forward to it, but at the same time want to keep everything on a straight road and don't get lost. That's the objective.
I've been to New Zealand a few times before, so I know quite a few of the areas we're going to. It's just a fabulous route, I think, and so yeah, I'm really excited.
Well, we're leaving Auckland this morning. We're heading up to the north, into Northland. We're doing a 3-day loop all the way up as far as 90 Mile Beach before we turn around, come back around the Bay of Islands, back to Auckland in 3 days' time. And as soon as we leave Auckland, people are going to start to see the real New Zealand, let's say.
Colette, you looking forward to this?
Yes, I'm looking forward to the adventure. I'm not so sure about this man and his competitiveness, but well, we'll see, won't we?
It's great to have people interested in these old cars, and we've got a wonderful selection here today. Sadly only 4 pre-war cars, but I'm very happy to be the oldest car on the event this time.
We love the Mercedes for the peak into Paris, but this one, I think, is dead right for this.
Surprised that it's so dry here in New Zealand.
So you enjoyed the surface?
Not too tough, speed limit was quite reasonable, but a little bit of fun to drive.
Love the gravel roads. This old thing loves sliding around. It's a bit like it's driving on ice almost, but it's great to control. We had one navigational error, so sadly we dropped a minute, but apart from that, it's great fun.
I had a super first day. Wife's enjoyed it, which is half the battle.
Highlight the regularities, definitely. All that dirt, dust in my hair.
Well, I think specifically one regularity.
Yes, I joined the Zero Club. Yes.
Oh, we got to 0.
Which
yes.
one?
Second, I think, the second one. Yes.
This is a very emotional moment. Pissing in the toilets of Hundertwasser. 50 years after arriving at Vienna, renting an apartment just in front of the house of Hundertwasser. So we basically connect everything in our lives together with a little P that we're going to do now, okay?
My morning started off perfectly in the fact the first regularity, first section, only 1 second. Then I thought I was spot on time, that was driving like a genius. And then suddenly we got hairpin after hairpin after hairpin, and we were 9 seconds late. But it was a good try.
It's been really good. I've messed up a few times, which I'm not happy about, but it's been really good. The roads have been amazing and the scenery is incredible.
What did you think of the roads?
I thought the roads were interesting. It reminded me actually of being up in the north of England.
And then suddenly in the last regularity we were in tropical forest.
Tropical forest. I didn't see much of the tropical forest. I was looking at the speed tables.
We love the scenery, but we like the competition side of the thing. That's why we're here. The roads are fantastic and very little traffic. They're just brilliant. You know, we're sticking more or less to the speed limits, but I wish they were. I wish they weren't there.
You know it's early days, but you're holding the lead. You must be pleased.
Very pleased and surprised.
especially with a car like this. Nobody expects this.
You've moved up to first in the vintage class. Liv, are you happy with that?
That's where I like to be. Who knows what will happen today?
I was a bit nervous about today. It's a long regularity at the end, and I always find the end of the day the hardest.
I just love it. I mean, when we did it a couple of years ago, we said we must do one properly because we were doing it with the BBC and we weren't able, because of the BBC, to compete properly. And then we wanted to do this one, but we didn't get here soon enough to sort it out, basically, because we've only just come here to live. But we can at least be envious of everyone who's going to have an incredible 3 weeks.
And seeing them now, it's like, oh God, I'm
Today's been good. We had a good trip around the circuit, or as well as we can do in a big lumbering Volvo against Porsche 911s, which are bound to be quicker than us. And we had an excellent regularity with 2 zeros, we think. Not certain until the results come in, but on my reckonings we got 2 zeros.
Chasing that lead, aren't you?
We are, yeah, but not today, not against the Porsches.
This used to be a Talbot.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, actually, this is the lifeboat. The main vessel is holed, still above water, but can't move. Owen spoke with someone who'd done up a car for Peking to Paris. Would you be interested? And that was at 6 o'clock last night, so yeah, been through, checked it out, all out. And it's a lovely 1972 GT.
There you go. 2 rotor stages. They are renowned in World Rally. How did you get on in the Jaguar?
When you see the drops, when you see the speeds, the corners, the acute bends that you've got to get round, and you're going hard into them, and it's like on marbles. It's like almost like ice driving, but it's just incredible. And the speeds we were going was fantastic. But I can't believe that the rally drivers were doing more than twice the speeds that we were doing. I just find it unbelievable. It's fantastic.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was surprisingly enjoyable for my first Colin McRae stage rally.
It was really rough, especially when you're going down the hills and you've got a tight corner at the bottom. So when you went to go turn a corner, it felt like there was no steering and you're slamming on the brakes, but then there's gravel and then you skid, so it's just all... My heart was in my mouth the whole time, but it was good. It was good fun.
I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. I mean, the first couple of days were tough, but I think as time goes on, I mean, this morning's regularity, we got 2 zeros, and I'm over the moon. I think sometimes it just takes a few days to click, doesn't it? Today's the day.
The car got stuck in 3rd gear. We took the carpet out, then the gear lever fell out. Fortunately, the sweeps were running not too far behind. If you're going to break down in the right place.
We're going to Taupo with 3 regularities and a nice track for Adrian to let his hair down when we get there, so it should be a fantastic day.
Halfway through a regularity, must be about 4,000 sheep, and you just sit there twiddling your thumbs basically. I say I did start counting the sheep, then I fell asleep.
We got caught by sheep and we were a 0 on the first stop, and then it all went wrong. So we were backed up, I think, 6 cars behind.
Shepherds on horses and guard dogs, you know, the dogs that get the sheep to go their way. It was really nice.
We've got a gearbox leak and we've just jacked her up, and we've noticed the lock wire on the seal has sheared off and it's gradually working its way loose, so the leak has been getting worse and worse. So I think we've caught it hopefully in the nick of time, so fingers crossed, we'll be on our way in a bit.
We're here and the enemy are here. Our job is to get from here to here. Not hard, downhill.
You've had a rest, whole day off, back into action. How does it feel?
The rest day was what we really needed. I already made a few mistakes, but not on regularity. So yeah, we got lost in Auckland at the beginning, so that was the first one. It was quite tough to get back on the road. Yeah, but so far so good.
You like New Zealand?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, the Porsche gave up the ghost actually. The engine blew up just short of Gisborne. A big cloud of white smoke came out the back, and that was it. It was all over. Not sure exactly what happened yet, but the boys suspect that just ingested too much dust. It's quite dusty the first few days. We managed to get hold of this BMW, which is owned by a guy from Wellington who does a bit of rallying, so managed to convince him to rent it to us for the rest of the trip.
We had a couple of good days, but I have to admit that Sheriff is strong and he makes better results than us.
At the start of the second regularity, our engine wouldn't start. The sweeps did an amazing job. They fixed us up and we were at the start line 2 seconds before our start time. Would we not have driven those 4 seconds, we would have been on par. We would have both had like 8 minutes and 42 seconds or something, which would have been very interesting.
We don't give up. We don't give up.
Today was very good. Claudine was brilliant on the numbers. So today had a rhythm to it, a really beautiful rhythm. Really, really calm in the car. We put in some really good times.
We did a good day today, yes.
Good roads,
Yes.
nice travel. But my previous car, an MG, I didn't like gravel roads. But with this car, it's just perfect on gravel. I really like the gravel road.
Gravel was very smooth today, which helps us because the car doesn't jig about so much. It's easier to drive, but fantastic roads. To anybody who's not been to New Zealand, come here and come on a rally because the roads are fantastic. Twisty, turny, up and down, quite smooth gravel, some washboard, but pretty good. And Mark, as usual, has devised a fantastic route.
I turned a wrong corner because our monitor has been constantly off whilst we've been here. So.
What was it they say about poor craftsmen blaming their tools? There's something about that.
Okay, I made a wrong turn, okay?
There was a tricky junction in one of the regularities. Did you get it right?
Yeah.
He says with a smile.
All the regularities were good, especially the one with the trick.
It's a lovely place to spend your birthday.
The first couple of days was a struggle, and you learn as you go, I suppose.
Yeah, I have more fun with it.
Yep. So we're getting there. Hopefully it's the only way is up now.
We sat in the front of the ferry, so we really had a very good view. Mountains, it was really beautiful, wonderful.
And when you came into the South Island, when you landed, did you notice the difference?
I think up to like 20-30 kilometers you could see already a difference in the vegetation. I think the further we are driving now, the more you feel the difference, you see the difference, especially when it comes to sea.
A lot of dust today.
Lots of dust today. It's air filters out tonight.
And what about that saddleback through all the rocks and the little river crossings?
That was amazing, that road was absolutely amazing. Could have done that all day long, lovely. I was just trying to anticipate the bend that wasn't there, but that's always the name of the game. Yeah, just have to be careful coming out the river crossings in case there's a nasty bump as you come out. So just slow in, slow out. Not very good for the photographers, I'm afraid, but very good for the car.
You're still holding that third podium position?
At the moment, yeah. A long way to go still. A long way to go.
Thank you.
It's outstanding scenery, wonderful people, great food, but the roads are to die for.
Every turn is really exciting. The roads have been great, he's right. It's just been a spectacular route all the way through.
Have to wear the cone of shame now. What happened was too much haste with my orange marker pen when I should have used my yellow pen for a turn, and so I had it marked up all wrong. So I followed my instructions to the T. What can I say? They were just the wrong instructions.
Coming down out of the mountain today, you know, tight and twisty, you know, you could really feel the G-forces going through there. It's just, it's fun to test the limits of the car and your skill.
Knew that she had to go to the Caribbean, so I've asked an old friend of mine who actually lives in New Zealand, a New Zealander called Tom Snackenberg, to come and join me next week, and he's one of the most successful yachtsmen of all time.
How did you enjoy the Highlands Motorsport track?
I haven't been on many before, but there are 180 that goes over, must be 3/4 of a kilometre, that's sort of constant, and then it just tightens right at the end. So I'm sure it catches a lot of people out, but it was fantastic.
Was the pace car fast enough?
Yes. For our little MG, yes. But for lots of other things it wasn't, but for us it was.
So we are on a boat in the middle of Milford Sound, and I've just had a wonderful shower, the first of the week.
This is just the most amazing piece of country that I've ever seen. They call it Fjordland, and I can see why.
Yeah, amazing waterfall there. Lovely just to feel that spray on the face.
Tom, you marshalled at the beginning, but now you've turned navigator. What's happening?
It's right at the beginning, there seemed to be a shortage of people, and so I was asked if I would help one of the marshals. And so I was mainly just standing there writing times down on a piece of paper and car numbers, but I learned a little bit and got a feel for the way it works, and now I'm a competitor.
Enjoying it?
Yes, very much.
This is great fun, isn't it? It's just one of those things you couldn't do at home. Float the Bentley across the river.
The plan is for us to do our best. We were driving behind the leading Targa, Philip and Anne, and we saw them make 2 mistakes. Not where we need them, but they make 2 mistakes, so maybe they'll have a 3rd mistake. We'll see.
The plan is to try to stay calm because, to be honest, I got my nerves under control till today.
You think about where you want to end up in an event before you start it. You always think the class win is where you want to be, and if you manage to get better than that in terms of overall position, that's a real bonus.
Everybody's got their target in front of them, and we're pushing and pushing and pushing, and we know that the people behind us are pushing as well. So we're so far so good.
What a brilliant way to see it. Being off the main roads and driving around this geography and this beauty of nature is staggering, absolutely staggering.
I mean, I'm a little bit nervous at the moment because we're doing well, anything can happen. But I thought the rally's been fantastic. I think New Zealand is just a beautiful, beautiful country.
I mean, the scenery today has just been incredible. The number of times that we were swearing at each other because of the view was just incredible. Mount Cook, wow, fantastic.
I'm quite tired. It was a strenuous day and quite stressful in bits as well. But 470 kilometres, quite a lot of gravel, therefore for us a lot of dust, which I'm still getting out of my clothes and my hair.
You've won the class, and look, people saying congratulations already.
Well, yeah, that's, there's only 4 in the class, but it's always an achievement. Thanks to my navigator.
Sam, you've done a brilliant job. Are you pleased?
I am very pleased. I've done very well.
It's a great result for us. We did learn a lot, and we're improving, and we found some issues that we have had with the car that we are now going to be fixing for the next rally, and then it's going to be battle for first place, I hope.
I won a lollipop. That's might be the only thing I'm going to win.
It's been an adventure and it's been very hard at times, but I've thoroughly enjoyed everything about it.
Little celebration tonight, Anne?
I hope so. We got a lot of support from all the other participants as well, and that was a very nice feeling.
It's a great win, it's a very popular win. Congratulations to both of you, and you can go back to Belgium very, very proud.